Have you heard any Hindi or pick up any words at all?
Perfect. Kazakh Mumbai. You could go and get Messi and Ronaldo for Manchester United tomorrow and they'd be half the players, in a week's time. Football was my best friend. I lived with a football. I took a football to school. I walked to school with a football.
Really?
I walked back. But it's my brain that stopped me playing.
Yeah.
So when I walk onto a pitch, if I don't feel like I'm the best, then I don't want to play. In most people's eyes, I'm playing in the Premier League. I'm living the dream, but
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm dying inside. In my game is
How
the
could you?
only job that how could you change your colour?
Yeah.
How could you? It's Liverpool that didn't want me back. What Sir Alex Ferguson, who would probably be regarded as the greatest manager in the last generation, could Sir Alex Ferguson manage the way he managed now, doing the same things as what he did?
It's full, isn't it? What do you think? Like right now, he can't do anything, but if I beep, he won't move.
If you
He
did that
didn't
to
care.
him
Yeah.
in England, they'd be like,
What
what
the
do you
hell?
want?
Yeah.
You want to fight?
आप लोगों ने कहा एथलीट लेके आइए शो पे, तो हम लोग ले आए हैं ऐसे आदमी जो फुटबॉल के दुनिया के दिग्गज हैं. Hey Michael, I've said great things about you on camera. How's it going? Welcome to the Bombay Journey.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Lovely day today.
It is humid though.
It's humid, but it's better than in England.
Yeah. Let me tell you, our show is presented by the bold new Hyundai Alcazar. Intelligent, versatile, and intense. What, if I may ask you, introduced you to the game? Was it your father's conversations, or was it, just your fascination with football? Can you remember the seed of it?
I was born into football, really. My father
Yeah.
was a professional footballer.
That's what.
He started at Everton. He played I think he played 2 games in the first team as a young boy.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, back then, there was no substitutes. So it was 11 players and that's it.
You got hurt and you kept playing.
Exactly, back in my dad's day. And then they introduced maybe 1 substitute. So the squads were like 1/2 or maybe even 1/3 of the size they are now. So it was very difficult for him to get into the team. And Everton at the time were a very strong team. They were winning the league. Anyway, so he had to move and then he went to lots of different teams. Maybe played for 7 or 8 teams professionally.
Yeah.
So I was born into football. I have 2 older brothers. They love football. So as long as I can remember, I was playing football with them.
That's so cool. I mean, such an interesting story. We'll come to your evolution, but tell me, for anybody watching this in India, if they want to get into football, what are the set of 3 things that they should keep in mind, and how do they go from there?
Oh, I'd like to give you 103 things out of it. I mean, listen, I'm not going to pretend. Football, I mean, it's a little bit like trying to become Kohli or someone great in India at cricket. They see Messi, they see Ronaldo, they see the fame and the fortune and the goals, and everybody wants to be a professional footballer. So it's very, very, very competitive.
That's
and if you're going to be a footballer, you need so many things. But the first thing you need is a passion. It needs to be in your heart. It needs to be your life. It can't be. You can't see it as your job, or you can't see it as, oh, I've got to practice today. Oh, maybe I haven't done anything. I mean, football was my best friend. I lived with a football. I took a football to school. I walked to school with a football.
Really?
I walked back during lessons. If we had a break time, get the football out. I would come home and I didn't have time to take my uniform off. It was just knock on the doors, get a football game going down at the park. And of course, then we had our natural, our structured games and our training sessions with our clubs. But even in my spare time, this was my fun. It wasn't my, I just wanted to do it all the time. So it just has to be your life. It has to be everything about you. And that's how you learn.
One other thing, like, how do you keep it going? Like, you've now done this forever, and you've been through multiple clubs and you've played for various teams. So what is the sustenance ritual?
Yeah, that's a good question, because everybody's different. And this is in many ways why I felt very happy finishing football because I couldn't sustain it. So I reached my very peak very early on.
Yeah.
I mean, I was the top goal scorer in the Premier League when I was 17.
That's true.
When I was 18, I was top goal scorer again in the Premier League, and I was voted the 4th best player in the world when I was 18.
And then how do I pronounce it? Ballon d'Or?
Ballon d'Or. So I came 4th in that when I was 18.
Yeah.
So, and then I won it when I was 21. I think I'm the second youngest ever player. So I was very elite, very young. But for me to sustain or get better is difficult. I couldn't. I could for a few years, but then I couldn't when I was 28. Most people are in their prime, but I had so many injuries early on in my career that I struggled to continue my progress. So
which hamstring was it? Sorry, I'm interjecting.
It started off as my right,
Yeah.
but then it happened to both. But what I'm trying to get onto is that later on in my career, when you're talking about how do you keep that,
Correct.
then I found that very difficult because I wasn't as good as I was.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
Is that you being tough on yourself?
No. I was half the speed of I couldn't use speed was my biggest weapon.
Yeah.
But I couldn't use my speed anymore because I was probably only the same as everybody else. So that's not good enough.
Good enough. Yeah.
So then now I had to change my game, and this was not a game that I was used to. I never practiced it. I never perfected it in my life. I had to come and link play up like other players, but it wasn't my skill set. I'm actually very proud that I was still playing at a club like Manchester United at the end of my career, because to still keep those levels. But I know in myself it wasn't Michael Owen. It wasn't Michael Owen. It was a fraction of.
So the best of Michael Owen came at 21, is it?
Max.
Oh no.
Yeah, from 7 years old to 21 years old, that was the best. The world got to see me at my very best for 4 or 5 years. They got to see me.
That's 97 to 2003.
Around then, yeah.
Yes.
There's no definite point.
Yeah.
But around 4 or 5 years at my very best, and then maybe 2 or 3 years at, and then for maybe 6 years at just on my way down. So my body caused me to mentally retire. I can play now 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I play with some of the old players now in my age, they can't play. My body is not perfect.
That's
but my body's
that's a
perfect.
good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I can play now for 90 minutes. I'm a little bit slower. But it's my brain that stopped me playing.
Yeah.
I can't accept not feeling like I'm the best. When I walk onto a pitch, if I don't feel like I'm the best, then I don't want to play.
That's a good mindset to have, though.
Is it?
I mean, if you're the best, if you feel it, I mean, if you're thinking you're good enough, then you're at least one hurdle through, right?
Yeah, but it's also a very destructive mindset.
It is. That's true.
It's exceptionally good if you want to be the best.
Yeah.
And you can drive yourself to being nearly the best from having that mindset. But once it's over, it causes a lot of pain.
Because
when I'm
void,
28 and 29 and 30, and I want to put some tape across the back of my shirt so nobody sees my name. I'm still scoring goals. I'm still good. In most people's eyes, I'm playing in the Premier League. I'm living the dream, but I'm not. I'm dying inside.
I mean, is the number 10 also the tape that you want to put over? Like a lot of people have wanted that number.
I just feel that people watching me are going to say, "Oh, this is a Michael Owen" to their son or their daughter. This is Michael Owen. He was a great player, not very good, and not as good as he was anymore. And I don't want people remembering me for not being 18, 19, 20. When I was very good.
That's a fair point. But when you spoke about clubs, a lot of people did get fairly saddened when you left Liverpool. That was a phase also.
Yes, I was saddened. Yeah, I mean, it was one of those moments where you just don't know whether you're doing right or wrong. Going to Real Madrid, being asked to play for Real Madrid. There's plenty of people.
I mean, that's the top club of the world.
What do you do? Steve McManaman did it before me. Trent Alexander-Arnold has just done it recently. It's a very, we're people. We're not machines. We're not. We're not football fans. We are deep down. We are at the start, but then it's our job, and it's our job to try to be the best players we can. If we didn't have ambition, then it would be a rubbish football. Football would be rubbish. Like people didn't. Yeah. If you didn't, the best players didn't try to play for the best teams, and we all had motivation and ambition to be great. Then what's the point? So when people try, if you get promoted in your work,
Yeah.
most people say to you, congratulations, well done, great for you, great for your family, great for
Good,
your
yes.
life. And everybody's happy in virtually every game, in every job. In my game, it is
How
the
could you?
only job that how could you change your colour?
Yeah.
How could you? But, you know, it's happened to me, it's happened to millions of footballers. It won't be the first, it won't be the last time. And I decided that for my family, for my experience, you have one short career, wouldn't it be different playing in a different country, playing in that famous white kit, the history, the chance of winning trophies in a different country? You know, the experience of different food and different weather and all, like, everything's different. Let's just try it. And the worst case scenario maybe is if it doesn't work, then hopefully Liverpool will want you back. And that was my mentality. Now, so I went with all the right intentions, and the last thing I'm going to do is apologise to anybody. Nobody.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Nobody.
No, that's okay.
No.
I think owning your own ground and what you stand for is also a great piece of advice for everybody watching.
But I would suggest that whenever I talk to people, like this, people that don't know, they'll eventually say, "Oh, you play for Liverpool. Oh, and you play for Manchester United. Oh, how can you do that?
How could you? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's having no background story. That's having no understanding of the moment. That's having no understanding that when I left Real Madrid, I had one team that I was going to get signed for. And when that wasn't allowed, when the president of Real Madrid said, no, you can't go to Liverpool because Newcastle have offered double the money.
Yeah.
Now, if Liverpool offer the same, you can go. But Liverpool were never going to do that. I was speaking to the chairman. I was speaking to Rafa Benitez at the time.
Oh, really?
So, I was so close to going there until Newcastle doubled the money and almost forced Real Madrid to sell me to them. So then I had some choices. I either say, no, I'm staying at Real Madrid, or I go to Newcastle. But when I signed for Newcastle, I decided to go to Newcastle. The only reason I signed is so I could insert a contract into the contract that after 1 year I can go to Liverpool. One team in the world. That's all I wanted to do. So I had that. But nobody needs to know that. Nobody does know it. Nobody cares to know it. But they do care to say, oh, you play for Liverpool now, you play for Manchester. Oh, you must be you must have no loyalty.
Yeah.
Like, come on. I mean, if you know the story. When I left Newcastle, I was on the phone to Brendan Rodgers. You know, every single year I was on the phone to the Liverpool manager. It's Liverpool that didn't want me back. Eventually.
No, really?
Well, at the start.
By the end of
at
it,
the
yeah.
start, but at the end of Newcastle, it was Suarez was there. It was then Torres as well was there.
Yeah.
You know, and this is absolutely fine. This is football. You know, I understand that. I don't hold any grudges to Liverpool for not taking me back when I openly said, please take me every single year. I don't hold any grudges. That's life. That's football.
Yeah.
But everybody holds a grudge against me. In theory, I could hold a grudge against Liverpool saying, you said you would buy me back. We had an agreement that you'd take me back.
Yeah.
And it never happened. So I don't hold this grudge, but fans hold it against me, but that's fine. But, you know, it is what it is. It's cool. Yeah, and my loyalty is unquestioned. I mean, my best friend I had since I was 1 year old.
Yeah.
My wife, I've been boyfriend and girlfriend since I was 1 year old. My agent I had from the whole way through my career. My football boot sponsor I was with from 14 to when I retired at 33.
What are you saying?
I mean, my relationships in life are only loyal, are only long-term relationships. I've never had another girlfriend apart from my wife. I've never had another best friend.
Hey, that's cute.
So my loyalty is, you know, I am a very, very loyal person. And in our ideal world, I wanted to go to experience it in Real Madrid for 1 or 2 seasons and then come back to home. And home is Liverpool for me.
So then have you been noticing they've been playing quite well for the past few seasons?
Everybody knows that Liverpool are my team. Everybody associates me with Liverpool. And yes, I played for other teams as well, Newcastle, Manchester United, Real Madrid, etc. And I'm very proud to have played for those teams. And I hope those teams all do well. I really do. But Liverpool is in my heart. Liverpool was the team I joined since I was a little boy. So, you know, yeah, I watch them. I watch every game, really, and work on all their games, you know, whether it's in the Premier League, sometimes in the Champions League. I'm always covering their games.
That's really nice of you and vulnerable of you to share that story because, you know, fans across the world have wondered what transpired. But like you said, the story is way more deeper. I think it's for a
Yeah.
sit-down conversation altogether in a much quieter room in another kind of a podcast. But this is us welcoming you to the Coastal Road in Mumbai. What do you like about it? Do you think it's nice?
Beautiful, yeah.
Yeah?
There's nothing better than seeing the sea. But I've been to India once when I was very small, and then once again a few months. A few months ago. So this is the first time I've actually got to see it properly.
Have you had the Vada pav yet?
No, what's that?
So, a bunch of potato mashed together with some spices and condiments, wrapped inside gram flour and deep fried, and then put it into a bread with some nice chutney.
And is it nice?
It's mind-boggling.
Is it?
It is a splash of flavor in your mouth.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Well, we've tried. I mean, I love coming to different countries, trying their local food, and I mean, England is a little bit different. Whenever I go to a country, they're so proud of their food. They're so proud of their culture, and we're proud of our culture. But I don't think we've got food that is as famous as Indian food or Thai food, and everybody is so proud of their food, and I love that, and I love trying their food as well.
We'll get you some juice for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we can stop by and
as long as it's not a tea or coffee.
No,
I never drink tea or coffee.
You've never drunk tea or coffee?
Ever had a cup of tea or coffee in my life.
How come you're English without tea?
I know.
Dude, what's up?
I'm a strange Englishman.
No, you all have borrowed cultures. Our dish is your national dish right now.
Yeah.
It's all kinds of fun. But what do you think will take India to get to having a Ballon d'Or of one of our kids getting it one day?
Well, I sincerely hope so. I mean, the best thing about the Premier League is that it is so open to people from all over the world. Somebody was telling me that there was about 120 something nationalities that have played in the Premier League. So that's just so good. And I think that's part of why everybody around the world loves it. They can feel it, they can touch it. Some of their local heroes have played in it. So I think the Premier League is all welcoming to everybody. I mean, English football obviously has got a long history, a long culture.
Yeah.
It's got the deep roots. It knows how to do it. I think India obviously is a nation that is incredibly successful at a lot of things they put their mind to. But
we're rolling cricket in a way.
Exactly, but football is not one of your special subjects.
That's true.
I mean, you're as passionate fans, and the Premier League is huge out here. But obviously, your national team of football could be better.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I've not understood the grassroots football in your nation. But you would think if there was a good structure with the amount of people you have and the amount of passion you have, you would think that
it could get better.
You should have a great team.
Yeah.
But of course, cricket will always be your number one. But there's so much love for football out here that you should be producing some great players around the world.
I think we're right after cricket in terms of the numbers. Second sport could be football.
Yeah.
Yeah, but any folks watching who would like to give us statistics, please go ahead and do it in the comments below. Do not forget to subscribe. Let's do a quick segment with you. It's called Versatile Moments, presented by the bold new Hyundai Alcazar. Intelligent, versatile and intense. So tell me this. If you had to think about the most versatile goal you've scored until now, which one would it be?
I think the one in the World Cup was against Argentina when I was 18. It's probably the most versatile because I picked the ball up around the halfway line and I had to display balance and touch and speed and finishing ability and going from one thing when you're running and and then all of a sudden you've got to go cold and think and still score the goal. You can't be in a rush when you're scoring a goal. So you have to almost change your mindset and do all of these things thinking and I think that was a very versatile goal, and it was a goal that hopefully some of the viewers will remember.
Yeah, you told me something really interesting. Is it that like half or less than half a split second kind of decision?
Yeah, like football is so instinctive, and you're changing. The picture is changing all the time, and one of the keys to being a great footballer, especially maybe a creative footballer, is to try to envisage a picture that is about to happen in 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds.
Yeah.
So you're always looking ahead as to what could happen and what your next move is, even though you're having to control what you're doing at the time, and you're doing it so quick as well. So yeah, it's the most instinctive game, played at a very fast pace, and pictures are changing all the time. And as I say, I mean, in my role, like every role on the pitch is different, but in my role, scoring goals, I have to go against what the natural feeling is. So when you're in a stadium and you see a ball go into that, and you're thinking, oh, what, a goal is coming. You're tensing,
we're right there.
you're like
We're
this.
above,
You're getting excited. Your heart rate goes. Now I've got to go the other way. So in a moment of pure excitement for me, it's blanked out. It's cold. It's slow. Not slow your body down, because that's still got to go fast. But it's everything has then got to think about what, how, when's the right time, when's the right angle. Do just hold in like a fraction of a second, open up an extra yard in the goal to maybe aim at. All these tiny, tiny little nuances then come into play, and you've got to do it really cold.
Mental to think about it.
Cold and slow.
So what about the most versatile club you've played for? Which one would that be?
Obviously, Liverpool was my team coming through. Liverpool was when I was at my very best.
Yeah.
The club was going through a period of real struggles. Manchester United through the 90s were absolutely the best. So, and to try to help change that, that current culture, that current setup was a huge challenge. So I think Liverpool was the club that carries the fondest memories. But I mean, moving to Real Madrid was incredible. I mean, it's generally regarded as the biggest club in the world.
Yeah.
It's the most successful club in the world. That was just a huge experience. And then going to Manchester United, seeing a team that, had been very dominant in English football at the time leading up to that, and going into a dressing room of pure winners, pure champions was an amazing sight to see as well. So I think those three, of course, respect to Newcastle, respect to Stoke, who I also played for, but
yes,
those three are sort of three of the biggest four clubs in the world, probably.
Cool names to have on
the CV, yeah.
Yeah. What about the most versatile player of this generation? Who would you think that would be?
Steven Gerrard, of my generation.
Of your generation and this?
Yeah,
both.
I think Steven Gerrard in my generation.
Really?
I mean, yeah, he was so good. He could have played in any position, and he probably did play in lots of positions. But he was so big, so fast, so strong, such a good passer. He could finish. He's the most versatile, most all-round player that I've ever seen, that I've ever played with. I mean, I think the best player I ever played with was Zinedine Zidane for pure quality, for pure talent. But Steven Gerrard was so versatile, so he could do anything.
With Zidane, could you tell temperament? Were you able to tell how will he do today?
Oh, yeah. It doesn't matter. Generations don't matter. If you're great then, you'll be great now, and vice versa. I mean, Zidane, like everybody, all the great players live right on the edge. I mean,
really?
Zidane was, he had those strong eyes, and I mean, even in the World Cup, you saw what he did when he headbutts Matarazzi. I mean, he's living on the edge all the time, and it's important, obviously, that you don't go over the edge when you're a footballer. But you look at great players, they're all sort of on the spectrum, aren't they?
Is that the feeling inside the stadium? Yeah. Is that what's happening? Is that the cheering, everything?
I don't think it's the fear. I think it's the feeling with some players, but that's where greatness, that's where magic happens. You look at, I'm not totally generalising people, but you look at great singers, great actors, great footballers, great anything. If you've got that genius about you, I think you're not entirely...
You're eccentric.
Yeah, exactly. That's the word I'm looking for. I was going to say crazy, but that would have been wrong. But eccentric. You've got to have a little bit of eccentric, I think, to be, you can't think like everybody else, otherwise you would be like everybody else.
That's true.
So you've got to think slightly differently to these people. And I think he is.
It is. I mean, what is the most versatile kind of food you've had, and where was it?
We adapt everything in England, though. That's the problem. But I like Chinese food. I love Japanese food. But obviously, it's so much better when you go to these places. I like Indian food.
Yeah.
I probably have Indian, Japanese, and Chinese. Those three food. I probably have each of them once every 2 weeks at home.
That's
but the problem is, as I said, we adapt it to our flavours and not the real thing.
Keep it authentic, yeah.
Yeah, which when I come out here to India, I have your food, and it's It's similar, but it's not the same.
Yeah, you realize this is truly versatile. What you've been making is
exactly
a subdued version of something.
Exactly, just to suit the masses, to
Yeah,
suit English palate. But,
that's true.
But but when you come to the motherland, then it's or the heartland, that's when you get the real food.
What is the most versatile pre-match ritual you've seen somebody do? Like, and you've been like, oh, this person does this. That's fascinating.
Yeah, everybody has their own different things. I just like to sit quiet and don't need people shouting all the time and just concentrate and focus. But some people, they may be nervous, and they have to shout. They have to try to think that they're helping other people by screaming and shouting. But
Really?
I didn't really like that. Some people would do strange things. Some people would go and have a hot bath for 20 minutes.
What are you saying?
Or idiosyncrasies and life, and and maybe you want it to be totally quiet, but most people might want music. I mean, when we were in the World Cup in England, our guys said, right, everybody picks one song, a motivational song. So we all 23 players in the squad had to pick a song. So as soon as we arrived in the changing rooms 1.5 hours before the game, the songs played, and it would be like a loop of the 23 songs of what everybody has chosen.
Was everybody choosing like high BPM music, or was it like
tend to,
yeah, jazz as well sometimes? No?
But some people obviously were keen on that. Some people were, we don't want music. But listen, you just got to be part of the team and go with it.
What is it? Was that the versatility of the team that led to not having a World Cup, because there were such great players on that squad that time?
Yeah, this is one thing that I'll always probably regret, not winning something for England.
Yeah.
We had a great team. We really had a great team. I think we could have been deployed slightly different. I don't think, especially when we had our really great team, I don't think we played in the right formation.
Yeah.
But what I would say is that we have one chance every 2 years. One chance. If you're a manager of Liverpool or Manchester or Arsenal, you have 4 chances every year of winning a trophy. You have 4 chances of success. And even if you don't get success, you can still come second or third in the league, and everybody says, oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So the opportunity for success is huge. Whereas for England, you have one chance every 2 years. It's not easy. And then when I say to people, they say, oh, you were the golden generation, why didn't you win? I said, did you see Brazil then? Their fullbacks, Roberto Carlos and Cafu, I mean, probably the 2 greatest wing-backs in history. Their front 3 was Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, Ronaldo.
Dude, cannot imagine.
I mean, like, what gives us the divine right to beat like all-time greats like this?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, we were great, yeah, we had a great team, but Brazil were great. Did you see Spain around that team? I mean, around that time, Spain were incredible. There was like France,
Yeah.
Zidane and Henry, and I mean, France were unbelievable. Like, why does everybody give us the divine right to say, oh yeah, you should have won something? We were in a generation of incredible teams.
That's true. That's true. Do you want me to up the temperature on your side of things?
Yeah, it's okay. I'm fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, all good.
I mean, it can get really hot. Your skin will show the burn faster than it would show on mine.
I can imagine.
We have dual zone climate control, so we're sort on that front. Let me take you to Haji Ali Juice Center. That's one of the biggest and most iconic places in Mumbai, and then we can head back to where we picked you up from.
This is fascinating. The traffic.
Isn't it like
the way people drive?
It's flowing though.
It flows, yeah. This lady is doing a good job.
Yeah.
Why does everyone beep all the time?
It's just a thing. Sometimes you don't understand why
gives
they
you a
beeping.
headache.
Yeah, it can.
Like just beep for the sake of it.
Yeah, sometimes.
It's okay.
Like
guys.
right now, he can't do anything. But if I beep, he won't move.
I know. If you did that to him, in England, they'd be like, "What do you want? You want to fight?"
It's like an abuse.
Nobody beep. Yeah, it's an abuse. If you beep in England, it's like, you've got a big problem with me.
Yeah. Abhi signal hai. Arey, it's a very intelligent car. When the forward car takes off, we'll get a notification. Yep, just like that. But Mumbai runs somehow.
Yeah, that's
You
great.
wonder why and how it does. And
It's
it runs.
absolutely not a criticism.
We spoke about other people's rituals. What were your rituals before a match? Like, what were your things that you would do, and what put you at peace?
Just calm and focus. I was a very bad person to be around leading up to a game. I think I was quite nice, maybe 3 or 4 days before a game, but the day before a game around my family, it's best to leave me alone, I think.
No, what would you do?
Yeah, no, I was just snappy and angry, and I was just ready. I just wanted to be, and anything that went wrong or anything that somebody said to me, I just turned it into, I was just short-tempered, which is not good. And but this is almost the price you pay sometimes as well. You can't have everything. If you're going to play at this level and be able to manage lots of pressure and all these different things, then you have to. Sometimes there's a fallout from that, or sometimes there's something that's not perfect. And I was probably not a nice person to be with the day before a game or the morning of. But I knew everybody else on the day of the game when you're with your teammates, we're all in the same boat. So nobody really.
Everybody's.
Yeah, right. But around my family the day before, I was probably a bad person to live with.
Ouch. But when did the temper go?
As soon as I scored. Then I was happy.
As soon as he scored, you were like, okay, that's half part done.
My job was then done, yeah. If I scored and we won, then that's perfect. But the problem with football is you can't rest for a month and be happy.
Dude,
it's like three days later, it starts again and again and again. And if you don't score the next game or you don't play well, then obviously the criticism, and that's fine. But what I'm trying to say is you never rest. You're happy for one day and then it's gone, and then it's prepare for the next one.
Before we end this, let's do the last segment. It's called Driving Down Memory Lane. When was the last time you got criticism as a football pundit?
But the problem with football and punditry is obviously it's supported by teams that have fans that are so passionate and a lot of the time can't accept anything bad said about their team or whatever. So, you're always having one biased view from one way or the other. I try to be quite neutral when I commentate or talk about football, but you will always have some people that think that you're talking rubbish because they support a certain team. Football's funny, everybody wants one reason why a football team aren't doing well. How can't they do well?
When do you think the last time Manchester United was great?
Let's talk about when they were last great. Sir Alex Ferguson retires, and they were winning the league up until he retired. As soon as he left, they changed managers and they went with David Moyes. Great manager, gone on to prove he's a great manager. But when that wasn't working after a year or two, everybody thinks, right, okay, he's not Sir Alex Ferguson, he's obviously not settling in, he's not good enough, whatever the reason, let's change the manager. But if you fast forward to now, Manchester United have had so many managers since, they've had the great managers, Van Gaal and Mourinho and all these great managers. So I think eventually now people realise that, okay, it might not have been. So then they think, right, the board, the ownership is wrong. So now they change the board, they restructure, they have all these new chief of football and director of sport and all these different things.
Everything that could change has changed.
Exactly. And then they say the facilities are not great. So now they've spent tens and tens and tens of millions on the training ground. They're about to have a new stadium. Then they say the players aren't great. So now they've spent more money than anybody. I mean, they've spent billions over the last few years. And then the players aren't great. So it's the recruitment. So change the recruitment. And now, what's the latest one? The latest one is the formation is not good. They're not winning the league because they're playing three at the back. And I say to a Manchester United fan, well, what about last year under Ten Hag?
Yeah.
When they played four at the back. It was awful at the end when he. I mean, it was. Are you saying this is worse now or better now? I mean, it's not much different.
Yeah.
So, everybody clings on to this one thing that they want to, a magic wand to just make them great again, and it doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. Look at all the great players they've signed. Pogba cost nearly 100 million. Di Maria, Falcao. I've had so many. Harry Maguire cost 80-something million. Who's seen as the best thing in the world. I can't think of one player that has actually joined and then left and got better. In terms of, joined and got better at Manchester United. They leave and get better. You look at Rashford now. You look at Anthony now.
Another person.
They leave Manchester United and they're all great again. They all are poor at Manchester United and then leave and get better. So can't be the players. They're buying the players that everybody's desperate for. They buy them. They spent over £1 billion in the last 10 years. And what I'm trying, and you look at a great team in recent years, Liverpool. They could buy anybody. They could buy you tomorrow, and you'd turn into Maradona. Yeah, they do. Everybody thought half the Liverpool team was rubbish 10 years ago. Like people used to laugh at Jordan Henderson. They used to say, "Oh, James Milner's just They bought Andy Robertson, a left back from Hull, never got a game. I mean, these players, and they were like, oh. And then Klopp comes, and all of a sudden, or before
Everything
that,
works.
now anybody that signs for the last 10 years has been a success. That's not necessarily because of the player. It's not necessarily because of the recruitment. It's just if you're in
an amalgamate, the team works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're in a business that's thriving, that's happy, the boss ends up being great. Everybody ends up being great, don't they? Everyone thinks they're great. But really, are they all? Probably not. It's just the vast majority are, and you've got this lovely wave of optimism and confidence, and everything just feels
Something
easy.
clicks. Yeah.
When things are hard, you could go and get Messi and Ronaldo for Manchester United tomorrow, and they'd be half the player, in a week's time. And listen, the only positive for Manchester United fans is they will be back. It's just whether it's 3 years or 5 years or 10 years. But you're too big a club, you've got too much money, too much support. Everything is so good at Manchester United. It will be a big force again.
I mean,
I just hope it's in their generation.
I'm more towards Liverpool. Hi, Pankaj, because there's one allegiance that you set and then you wait for that to happen. Okay, quickly, what juice order do you want to go for?
Lime. I like coconut.
Look good.
Tender coconut cream है.
Tender coconut cream. Wow, that sounds nice. Okay, so if you were playing today, which club's fan base do you think would accept you and be like, okay, makes sense, Michael could be in this club?
Oh, wow. I would like to think most. I'd like to think I'm a nice guy. And I'd like to think when I was young I could play.
Yeah, no.
So I'd like to think most fans would think, wow, yeah, we'll have him. I think Liverpool is...
Liverpool?
I think Liverpool are arguably the best team in the world right now.
Yeah.
They've only... I know they didn't win the recent Champions League, but I think in general for the last 5 years they've been very, very strong.
When was the last time you Googled your goal?
I've never watched it again myself. Obviously, sometimes it appears on the television, but I've never gone onto the internet and said, "Here, kids, watch this." Or when I was a player, I never ever watched my own games back, and maybe that was a mistake. Maybe I should have watched it and thought, "Oh, you could do this better or that better," or I don't know. But I was always one that finished a game, was happy or sad, and in 3 days we had another one. I was thinking, right, how am I going to score? How am I going to practice? How am I going to feel better, stop the stiffness and the soreness and all these things. So I was just always next one. I never looked back really. So
I often wonder if, there's this whole debate about AI or rewatching or what we do in India with DRS. So the whole augmented reality and you checking versus the referee's call. Which side are you on? Do you believe that, the referee's call is the final one and somebody on ground only knows what's happening there? Or do you think that the recreation of whatever happens in the back end and how they're able to tell is better?
Well, regardless of what I think, it's not going to change now. It's always going to be VAR.
Yeah.
Technology is there. A little bit like in cricket, DRS. You think DRS is very good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean everybody loves
it.
Yeah, everyone accepts it and loves it. We're not at that stage in football yet.
At all.
No.
Boss, y'all are really angry at it.
Yeah, but the difference is obviously every ball, as soon as it hits the wicket keeper's gloves, the ball is dead.
Yes.
And you don't bowl another one for 30 seconds. So if it's 40 seconds, nobody's that bothered. Check. That it's fine. It doesn't stop the game. It doesn't change the game. It actually makes it fairer. And it's black and white. If you touch the ball and the snickometer says it's touched it,
yes,
then you can see it. Whereas our game it doesn't stop hardly. And all of these decisions are, you can argue either way. So it's very...
All right. That's fine. Arey, akkha mosam bhi nahi laye.
I thought mine was a drink.
No, it's a full thing.
Even better.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, my friend.
Cheers.
Right. I feel like this is going to explode if I open it.
No. There you go.
It's full, isn't
fancy.
it? Thank you.
Go ahead. No, there's only you. What do you think?
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah. Between the goats, if you had to pick Messi or Ronaldo?
Probably Messi.
Yeah?
I just think he's so naturally talented.
Yeah, dude,
Like,
that's so true.
Ronaldo deserves incredible credit, but he's worked on it. He does everything perfectly. He lives like his food, his diet, his massages, swimming, his ice baths. He just lived. Whereas I just see Messi as just
He is
naturally talented. Just doesn't need to do. He was born. He came on this earth to do
to
it.
do this. That's so true. That's so
Yeah.
true.
So
What do you remember of Rooney? Because that was one big impact. I think world over, that man did a lot for football too. You played with him, right?
yeah, he made his England debut with me. Oh, he was different. Yeah. Like, we always get young people coming into the game and they play one game or two games and they say, oh, the next Wayman, the next Michael, and the next. You look at them, you think, oh, come on. They're just like, they're okay and they might have a career. But when Rooney came, it was like, oh, wow. And that generational talent comes around maybe once every 20 years or something.
Yeah.
He was different. Yeah, he's a great player. Just naturally unbelievable.
How long are you here for? What's the game plan like?
Here in India,
Yeah.
I've been here, a week in total. I'm sort of halfway through. Really good time. Met a lot of good people. The passion of the Indian fans is incredible.
Yes.
They love their football. So we've met a lot of people. We're going to meet a lot of people. We've done lots of different things with the Premier League. We've got the trophy with us. We're showing everybody the trophy. And
Let's go. Can you be eating while we're on the boat?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Tell me this. In football, how do you negotiate well? Like if anybody watching this is a pro player, how do you negotiate your pay and how do you move up the chain on that front? Because from an athlete to another athlete, if you have to give advice.
Well, you use your agent. That's what you do. I always found, on a serious note, everybody does.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to negotiate when you're talking about yourself, I think. Very hard for me to say, I'm better than him, he's on that, and you should give me that.
Exactly, right?
It's impossible to say that. I don't think many people can do that. But it's easier for me to argue on your behalf. I can say, no, he's, this is...
He's at best form.
Absolutely, it's easier to negotiate. Inevitably, I mean, when I came through at Liverpool, I was 17. I got into the team. I was the top goal scorer, not only in the team, but in the Premier League.
Yeah.
At the same time, I'm only 17. There's 20 other players. I'm probably the 19th best paid. Yet, I'm...
the best goal scorer.
Yeah, and then the next year as well. And then by the time you get recognised when you're 19 or 20 or something, you're still probably not on the bet, even though now you're the Ballon d'Or winner or the 2-time Golden Boot winner, or it's like. And so I think in all walks of life, if you come through a system, unless you get bought or headhunted like you would in a normal job, that's when you possibly get your true value. But I would say people like Ryan Giggs and Gary Neville and David Beckham and Paul Scholes and Nicky Butt and Phil Neville and all these players, I would say that coming through the Manchester United Academy, when Rio Ferdinand signed, or when Varane signs, or when Jaap Stam signs, or all these new stars, even though these are the ones that have been winning and winning and winning for years and years and years, they all come in on much more money.
That's true.
That's just life, isn't it?
Because
Sadly.
you're jumping jobs. Then.
Yeah, exactly.
You're being headhunted.
Exactly. That's when you get your true value.
Yeah. But I've always wondered if, when you go play for country, the inter-club rivalry does seep in. I mean, that does become a deterrent as to why a team particularly didn't win that year.
Yeah, it can. It can. But there's so many more things that go to, as I mentioned before, winning an international game or trophy is very difficult. There's so many great teams. But yeah, I think you're not with those players for long. You're only with them sort of maybe 2 or 3 weeks during the season. Most of the time you're playing against them and they're your rivals. And then all of a sudden you've got to be best friends for 3-4 weeks in a World Cup. So that camaraderie, that togetherness and that family feel is something that I think in the fullness of time people really take seriously now.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to the England squad, it's all a big happy family. Whereas,
really?
Yeah.
Back in the day?
Back in the day, I think there was more rivalries. Yeah.
I mean, we can't tell still. I'm sure you all had an awareness of what's happening in You all saw egos at play, right?
Yeah, I guess great players, great people, great successful people, they all have a bit of an ego.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
I
yeah,
mean,
it's-
for a lot of times I thought the best managers are able to just manage all the egos and then do magic. What is a good manager? What does that person look like?
wow. I mean, the good thing is that there's not one set manager. There's
That's
not
true.
one thing that you say. Like, and the other thing is football has changed. I mean, what Sir Alex Ferguson, who would probably be regarded as the greatest manager in the last generation,
Mm-hmm.
and then let's say Pep Guardiola is the greatest manager in this generation.
Yeah.
Let's just take examples. Could Sir Alex Ferguson manage the way he managed now, doing the same things as what he did?
Different time.
Different time, being aggressive and fear, you know, you struck fear into people and you'd shout at them a lot. And now, whenever I see a football manager, they come on the end of the pitch now. It's like they're a player. They go and shake the referee's hand and they're like, well played to every one of the players, cuddling everybody. Like Sir Alex was in the dressing room ready to kill someone. He was like, you wait until they come in. He wouldn't shake their hand. He wouldn't go and...
There's memes. There's funny photos.
And I'm joking, well, sort of being serious, to make a point in that now every manager cuddles their players and says how wonderful they are and never wants to say a bad word, and it's all very nice. Back then, wow, if you play badly, you would come in thinking, oh no, you know, he's going to scream at me. There's going to be coffee cups smashing into the walls. It's going to be, you know, hectic. And every manager, that was just the way they managed.
Yeah.
A lot of it was through a bit of fear. So things evolved. What I'm not saying is this is right, this is wrong. I'm just saying, you know, management and how you look after people and care for people and manage them through, that changes with time.
Okay, guys, you tell us in the comments below. Coming back to driving down memory lane, what was it like life after? Because you had a big switch in terms of, you know, going from actively playing to, you know, doing other things. What did that do to you mentally?
Well, it helped me mentally because it means that I'm not like some of my ex-footballing friends that now feel very lonely or, you know,
Yeah.
worthless, or, you know, they were good at football but they can't find a job now, or they don't want to do something. Or so I think I'm very pleased that I set up a business, that I work in the television. I wake up every day with something to do. I don't, you know, I'm not bored. I don't think, oh, shall I play golf today or not? That doesn't suit me.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I like playing golf, or I like going on holiday, but if I wake up in the morning and I've not got a purpose,
No point.
it's not for me. No, I need to be, you know, stimulated. And
That's true.
I really enjoy my life now.
Have you tried any yoga?
When I was playing, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't now.
Why?
Like-
It's flowy. I mean, you're in India. You should go to a yogi, meet some real experts, and maybe you could reconnect to yoga.
What's good about it?
With yoga, there's multiple formats. I mean, it's apart from the kind of stretching and the
Yeah.
whole asanas that you may put on, but it's also it's almost like opening a third eye and concentrating on one thing and trying to understand if you can escape into this meditative reality.
Okay.
It's
So does that
beautiful.
benefit your life outside
Yeah.
of doing it? Does it?
It's
Okay.
beautiful.
Okay. Nice.
You sleep deeper and your conversations are interesting. Where in India, go as spiritually experimentative as you'd want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, just take it. This part of the world gives you very interesting insights into how your brain can
Yeah.
expand.
See, I've never been exposed to anything like spiritual or.
Just go there and feel the energy and you'll feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a beautiful pitch to India I've made just now.
You've got me thinking.
Yeah, no, it is one of those things which I really respect.
Last time you used any Marathi or Hindi words?
I picked up some words on the first night when I had to say Kazakai.
Kasakai, yeah,
Kasakai,
that's not
Mumbai.
bad. Yeah, that's perfect.
Kazakai Mumbai. That's what I said when I got onto the stage.
Nice.
Kazakai Mumbai. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I've
perfect.
had to say other words, but for the people have said, "Can you say this line?" And they've just repeat after me. So I've done plenty of talking, but that's the one I remember. Kazakai Mumbai.
But that's more or less what it is. How did you like the journey?
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good fun, right?
Yeah.
So for folks who can't, who probably already have given me some trash in comments, know that I'm not a huge football person or a football fan, but you were a masterclass of your own.
You did well.
I did, thank God.
You did
Touch wood.
well. I would never have guessed.
You wouldn't have, right? But this has been great, sir. Mr. Michael Owen, thank you for being on the
Great to
Bombay
see you.
Journey.
My pleasure.
Presented by the Hyundai Alcazar, intelligent, versatile, and intense. This is me, Siddharth Alamban, signing off. Bye bye, guys.